Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Vaccine optimism and M&amp A activity helps boost sentiment analysis. http ntvforex.com News ID 7C2 of 46/9/14/2027 52:42 am. European stocks have got off to a positive start to the week, helped by a decent performance in Asia, as well as renewed optimism over progress on a possible vaccine after AstraZeneca resumed its UK trials after last week's suspension over safety concerns and possible side effects. The CEO of U.S. pharmaceutical giant Pfizer was also upbeat about the prospect that U.S. citizens could well see the beginnings of a COVID vaccine by year-end. Merger and acquisition activity is also helping sentiment after it was reported that SoftBank has agreed a $40 billion deal with U.S. chipmaker Nvidia for UK chipmaker ARM Holdings, which it acquired for $32 billion in 2016. Deutsche Börse is also said to have submitted a bid for LSE's Borsa Italiana in competition with Euronext, with any deal expected to be in the region of $4 billion. The construction sector has undergone a tough few years, with only Balfour Beatty performing with any degree of profitability, with the coronavirus shutdowns in April serving to add to the latest in a line of problems that has challenged the sector in the last decade. Costain has had its own fair share of woes, warning a few weeks ago that it was setting aside a 49M in respect of a dispute over its Peterborough contract, and then at the beginning of this month setting aside another A45M in respect of the A465 road contract with the Welsh Government. This morning's first half numbers have seen the company post report a 23% decline in H1 revenues to A459.9M, while pre-tax profits fell 81% to A3.8M. With the various set-asides, this has seen the business fall to a first-half loss of A92.3M, and sent the shares lower on the open. The company was able to strengthen its balance sheet earlier this year, raising A100M in the process, and has also secured over A2 billion in new contract work in the first half, which raises the possibility that the worst could well be behind it. Vodafone shares have seen a subdued open after the company revealed it remained in talks to sell its Egypt unit to Saudi Telecom for a sum in the region of $2.4 billion, despite the expiry in the deadline for talks to conclude. Vodafone has been struggling for a while now to keep up with the likes of its peers as it strives to compete with BT and Telefonica, while at the same time upping its investment in rolling out its 5G network. To this end, the company has been trying to sell off non-core assets, in order to bolster its balance sheet, as well as improve its cash flow, with the recent IPO of its towers business due to come on stream early next year. Pub chain JD Wetherspoon has come out swinging this morning, pushing back on media reports that have painted the business in a negative light. This punchy rebuttal hasn't stopped the shares slipping back in early trade as the new Rule of 6 regulations come into effect in the UK today. The pound is currently stable just above its recent lows ahead of what is likely to be a stormy UK parliamentary session where MPs are set to debate the Internal Market Bill, which it is claimed to be contrary to international law in some of its components, with respect to the Northern Ireland Protocol of the Brexit withdrawal agreement with the EU. Today's debate and vote in Parliament could see a number of Tory MPs come out against the government, though any vote may well not happen until much later this evening. U.S. markets look set to open higher this morning, with the M&amp A optimism over the weekend helping drive a positive start to the week. We start with U.S. pharma company Gilead Sciences, who have agreed to buy cancer drug maker Immunomedics for the sum of $21 billion, funded by $15 billion in cash, and $6 billion in newly issued debt, while SoftBank appears to have finally agreed a price with U.S. graphics chip maker Nvidia, for UK chip company ARM Holdings of $40 billion, as it seeks to bolster its balance sheet after a rather troubled 2019, as well as the recent scrutiny of its big derivative bets on some big US tech shares. Any deal is likely to face significant regulatory obstacles, not only from UK authorities who have already been on the receiving end of broken promises from previous US companies, circa Cadbury and the Kraft takeover, but also US and EU regulators who may have concerns over the huge dominance this purchase would give Nvidia over the global chip market. Reports that Oracle is leading the race to buy TikTok's US operations is also helping on the margins, though there are some reports out of China that suggests neither Microsoft or Oracle will be allowed to purchase the business, with reports that ByteDance want to sell or transfer the TikTok algo in the event any sale does take place. Dow Jones is expected to open 300 points higher at 27,965. S&P 500 is expected to open 41 points higher at 3,382. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.